Who's he?
Kentman!
He's not important!
Okay. Hello, gamers and collectors. It's your boy Kentman, bringing you that JRPG and fan service content that you deserve. And you know, with the announcement of the Nintendo Switch 2 finally out, it got me wondering what new games will be out for the system, what new versions of games, a new Mario, a new Metroid, a new whatever may be coming down the line. We already got an announcement that Mario Kart 9 will be one of the first games to release for the system, which looks really cool, and I cannot wait to play with my friends, and it's going to be awesome. I'm going to dominate as Peach, and it's going to be amazing. But it did get me wondering what other games that we will see on this console. Now, in my small little brief announcement video reaction, if you want to call it, I did talk about one particular game that I would love to see on the console, and that is Senran Kagura. I don't care what game is on this console. It could be a remaster, it could be a remake, it could be a port, it could be a brand new game. I don't care what it is, but it would be such a great opportunity to see a brand new Senran Kagura game on the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, Nintendo has already had Senran Kagura games on them with Senran Kagura Reflections and Senran Kagura Peach Ball, so it would only make sense to port either the rest of the games on there, like Burst Renewal and Festival Versus and other great Senran Kagura games on the console, as well as bring back Senran Kagura Deep Crimson, because it's one of the games that's been trapped on the 3DS for so long that it hasn't gotten a port or a remaster at any point in time. So it would be nice to see that return on the system. So that is something I would love to see. And I feel like this would be the perfect time for Marvelous to bring out a brand new Senran Kagura game for the system for a brand new audience. Well, technically not brand new audience, but like a new system for a whole new generation, and it would be pretty cool to see Senran Kagura return. A game that comes out today for PC, and that is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, I would love to see Remake and Rebirth on the system at one point, and there is rumors that it is happening, that it is going to be coming to Switch 2 as well as Xbox at some point, but man, I could talk hours about this game. I love this game so much, and I just want other people to enjoy it because it's just a bombshell of a game. I could play this game over and over. I'm gonna buy it for PC, and if it came out for the Nintendo Switch 2, I would buy it for the Nintendo Switch as well. I would buy it for Xbox because that's how much I love this game. That just needs more love and more people to play it. It has all my favorite characters from Cloud, Tifa, Sephiroth, Zack, the list goes on, and just it has an amazing story, and just the gameplay elements of this game improve so much from Remake that it just would work on the Nintendo Switch on the go. I mean, it's already being verified for the Steam Deck, so it seems like it would be verified for the Switch 2 and be a perfect place for that as well. The next game that I would love to see on the Nintendo Switch 2 that also will be getting a PC port later this year is Stellar Blade. Now, this is another game that I just absolutely adore, and I think everything about this game just is amazing. Eve is amazing, the world is amazing, the combat is amazing, the music is great. This game definitely deserves to be on more platforms so more people can have access to it and play it. I mean, she would be united with Bayonetta and 2B on the same platform, which would be awesome, and it'd just be a cool thing to just see Eve on the Nintendo Switch 2, and I think it would work pretty well over there. I mean, Nintendo does love their mature women, you know, being 2B and Bayonetta and Samus, and you got Fire Emblem, you got Xenosaga Chronicles, you know, so why not Stellar Blade to meet up with the lineup? I mean, there's no better way to enjoy Stellar Blade than on the go. The booty on the go, you know what I mean? So that's another game I would love to see on the console. Moving into a classic game that didn't really get a lot of love when it first came out, but I would love to just see a new entry in the series, and that is a new Shining series. Now, this game, being Shining Resonance, Reframe was a remake, well, technically a remaster of the original version that came out on the PS3, but this did come out on the Switch and the PS4. So I would love to see a new entry in the series, because we haven't had one since this game came out, and the franchise kind of died out ever since then. And now that Sega is kind of like on a better high streak with their games, with Sonic doing good, Yakuza doing good, Monkey Ball doing good, they're bringing about Virtual Fighter and stuff. So why not add on to the JRPG space and let Shining Resonance, or just whatever they decide to call it, return? Because they had some good sex appeal, they had some good combat. Not everything was fleshed out in this game to a degree, but it still was pretty fun for me. I enjoyed it, and I would love to see a brand new entry within the Shining series. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that feels that way, because this series has been dormant for a good while. So like, I feels like the Nintendo Switch 2 would be the perfect time to bring this series back. I would love to see that happen, because this series is pretty great. Next is a game series, well, an anime that hasn't had a game in a long time, and I would just like to see either a port of this game or just a new game in general, and that is just InuYasha. Now, this one is specifically the InuYasha, The Secret of the Cursed Match, which was one of my favorite JRPGs on the PS2, and still probably one of my favorite games of all time. This game definitely caters to so many InuYasha fans and anime fans that enjoyed the series. They had all the original voice actors return. It was fully voice acted for both English and dub, and it added more extra scenes to the games that made you love the characters even more, and also find different ways to love the characters in different interactions. It was such a good, polished game, and I wish it would get a port, and the Nintendo Switch 2 would be the perfect place for this. Also, this game was made by Bandai, who is Bandai Namco now, so there would be an easy way for them to port this game over to the system as well. Since, I mean, Yashahime was a pretty good series. I mean, it wasn't the best. It didn't turn out the way we wanted it to be, but either way, it was pretty good. So it would be pretty cool to see a brand new InuYasha game. I know this is kind of a stretch for me. I know this doesn't have that much fan service, but I mean, Sango's hot. There's sex appeal there. Kome's kind of hot. I mean, in a way, she's okay. I mean, she's not my favorite, but you got Sesshomaru, InuYasha. You also got Kikyo in here, who's super hot and super fan servicey. I just want to play this game again on a new system. You know, I would love to play this on the Switch 2 or PS5 or PC, because this game is really good and I enjoyed it a lot, and it would be cool to see it again. I don't know, I know this one is a little bit of a stretch. I probably will never see this game again on another system, especially because the voice of Moroku, the English voice actor, passed away. So now it probably will be a lot harder to port this game since he passed away. But I would still like to see this game. Despite that, I still would like to see this game on the Nintendo Switch 2. Imagine playing this on the go. If you've ever played this game and haven't or never played this game, I implore you to find it, play it, and you would enjoy it, I promise you. Now, the next one is a series of an already established franchise that's on the Nintendo Switch already, but I would love to see these games particular make a comeback, and that is the Xenosaga trilogy. I love these games, love them games. And I know Molyneux Soft is already working on a new Xeno Chronicles X coming out in March, which is pretty cool and amazing. So hopefully, sometime they could team up with Bandai Namco and bring these games back to the modern day and age. For the Nintendo Switch 2, I mean, they've been pulling out some amazing feats. I mean, no one thought we was going to get X after the Wii U. It was like the last game that was stuck on the Wii U from being ported over to the new systems. So it would be very big, a big deal if they managed to actually work together to bring this to the Nintendo Switch 2. But I feels like they could do it. And if it had, I don't even know if I would want a port, or I would want a remaster, or if I would want a remake, because I mean, I would love to see a remake, because I would love to just see Cosmo in a much more higher depth animation style that they have now with all the Xenoblade Chronicles games in this style, but more better graphics. But at the same time, I would like to just play this game again on the Nintendo Switch 2. So I don't know how that's going to work, how they would make this work, because I mean, obviously they don't have the rights for this game anymore, but it is still made from the team. So however they would have to make that work, just make it happen. I mean, it's not like Bandai Namco hasn't worked with Nintendo before. I mean, Smash Brothers, if you didn't know. So like, they could work with them again. So like, come on, Nintendo, Bandai Namco, Microsoft, make this happen, because I'm pretty sure Xeno fans wants to play this on the Nintendo Switch 2. And the last game that I have physically, and there's another game I want to be talking about, but I would love to see a new Akiba entry in the series. Now, we don't talk about Akiba's Beat, but Akiba's Trip, Undead and Dressed, in the first game on Akiba's Trip Unbound, there was a reason why they brought this out for Switch, and it got a collector's edition, because they do care about this franchise and they do want to make people love this franchise. Now, Akiba's Strip, if you've never played it, is a game where you play as a random otaku who magically gets vampire powers, and you get saved by a girl, this girl particularly, and she helps you by breaking out of this facility and helps you by giving you her blood, and then that way you are able to survive as a vampire. And what you got to do is go around the city and rip people's clothes off because they're vampires, and reveal them to the sunlight and stop an evil organization from taking over the city as vampires. Yeah, it sounds stupid when I explain it out loud, but it's still a fun game. It has so much great content in it. It's a good combat loop, and it's just an overall just fun, stupid game. And I think we just need more games like this, because we haven't had fan service games like this that was just stupid, but not stupid enough that it was bad, but it was stupid enough that it was funny and just a fun time to play. They had so many different crossovers in this game, from Super Sonico to Neptunia and to other great Easter eggs to other franchises within this game. So I would love to see a sequel to this game specifically on the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, we did have Akiba's Beat, and that technically was a sequel, but that kind of killed the franchise at the same time, because that one was pretty bad. And the last game we're going to talk about that I don't have physically, unfortunately, I wish I did, which is Valkyrie Drive. Now, this is a game that was made from the same people who made the Senran Kagura games, and I love this game a lot, and I would love to see a new entry within this series, or just see this game ported on the Nintendo Switch 2. It has the same type of fan service as Senran Kagura. It has the same kind of gameplay loop as Senran Kagura, where you fight mobs of different types of enemies and different samurai girls trying to win your best in a school tournament, as well as it kind of borrows a little elements from Soul Eater, where you take a weapon, a person, and turn them into a weapon, but this way it's a little bit more sexy and lewd, and it's hot, and it's very cool. And I would just like to see this game on the Nintendo Switch 2. It's a fun game, a fun concept, a goofy concept, but you know, again, we need more concept games like this, because I feels like in the fan service world, we just need fun and goofy, but also sexy, you know? That's pretty much it. And that is pretty much all the games that I would like to see on the Nintendo Switch 2 for fan service games. Now, of course, there's so many other games that could be added to the Nintendo Switch 2, because I mean, I'm pretty sure the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be around for quite a while, so I'm sure the library of games is going to be insane. So what games would you like to see for the Nintendo Switch 2 in the upcoming months and years for fan service? It doesn't really have to be fan service. It could be any type of genre, from RPGs to JRPGs to strategy, puzzles, whatever it may be. What other games would you like to see on the Nintendo Switch 2? Let me know down in the comments down below. If you agree with some of my choices, let me know down in the comments down below. Would you play any of these games that you have or haven't played before? Let me know all that in the comments down below as well. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'm trying to hit 10K by the end of the year. For your help and support, I could definitely do that. So with that being said, I will see you in the next video next time. Bye me.